Let's talk about a hot topic. Elon Musk's team and their plan to give 5,000 checks to American taxpayers. Sounds amazing, right? But is it really that simple? Will it help people, or will it make inflation worse? Let's break it all down in a way that's easy to understand. How a country's budget works. Think about your personal finances. You earn money, pay bills, and try to save. If you keep spending more than you earn, you go into debt. If that debt gets too big, you could go bankrupt. The government works the same way. It collects money through taxes and spends it on things like defense, social programs, and infrastructure. But when the government spends more than it earns, it creates a budget deficit. Basically, debt. Right now, the U.S. government is running a massive deficit. Over $1.8 trillion in 2024, according to the Congressional Budget Office, CBO. This is a huge problem because if debt keeps growing, it can hurt the economy. That's why Elon Musk and his team created something called DOGE to help fix it. Musk said, if we don't solve the deficit, there won't be money for medical care. There won't be money for Social Security. We either solve the deficit or all we'll be doing is paying debt. It's got to be solved or there's no medical care. There's no Social Security. There's no nothing. It's got to be solved. It's not optional. America will go bankrupt if this is not done. Musk added that if the ship of America sinks, we're all going down with it. What is DOGE? No, we're not talking about Dogecoin. DOGE stands for the Department of Government Efficiency. It was started under President Trump, with Elon Musk leading the charge. Its goal: cut wasteful government spending, optimizing the federal government, streamlining operations, stop fraud, and save taxpayers' money. So far, DOGE has already made some big changes. Canceled wasteful contracts. Saved $8.5 billion as of February 20th, 2025. Cut government jobs. Reduced costs by trimming federal workforce. Sold unused government property. Brought in extra cash. Overall, DOGE has claimed to save about $55 billion since it started. That's a huge amount. And Musk's team wants to put some of that money back into the American taxpayer's pocket. The $5,000 DOGE dividend proposal. Now, here's where it gets interesting. DOGE is suggesting that 20% of the money they save should go straight to taxpayers as a one-time $5,000 check. That means about 79 million American households could get a payout. Sounds great, right? Even Trump is considering the idea, and Elon Musk says he's going to discuss it with him soon. Will this bring back inflation? One big concern is inflation. If everyone suddenly gets a big check, will prices go up again? Let's look at what happened during COVID-19. When the government sent out stimulus checks, people had more money to spend, which led to higher prices. In fact, those stimulus checks increased inflation by about 3%, according to the Federal Reserve. So, if these DOGE checks come out, will the same thing happen? The argument for the checks: it's money you already paid in taxes, so it's fair to get some of it back. Many people might save or invest the money instead of spending it all at once. Some say it will help the economy by increasing spending in businesses. The argument against the checks: it could push prices up again, just like the COVID stimulus checks did. The government is already in debt. Shouldn't we use this money to pay that down? Not everyone may spend the money wisely, so it might not have the right effect. New inflation argument. While the U.S. government printed a significant amount of money for COVID relief, not all of that money went directly to the average American. The way money moves through the economy is complex and influenced by factors like income inequality, monetary policy, and government spending priorities. Some of the money stayed within corporations, financial institutions, and government programs instead of directly benefiting households. In contrast, the $5,000 DOGE checks would go directly to 79 million American households. Without being filtered through big banks or government agencies, this might create a different economic effect compared to past stimulus measures. The good and bad of the DOGE dividend. Let's break down the pros and cons so you can decide what you think. Pros: the good side. It rewards taxpayers, not just random people. It could boost the economy if people spend the money wisely. Cons, the bad side. It might bring inflation back and make everything more expensive. The government is already in massive debt. Should we really be giving out more money? It might not pass through Congress, meaning it could be more of a political move than an actual plan. Final thoughts. Good idea or bad idea? So, what do you think? Would you take the $5,000 check? Or do you think it's a bad idea? One thing is clear. The government needs to manage money better, and that's why DOGE was created. But should the savings be given back to people, or should it be used to reduce the national debt? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching.